So a lot of people ask the question of how long does EB1A profile building take? Does it take 6 months, a year, 2 years? In this video, I'll be covering my take on this question and what will determine how long profile building ultimately takes for you. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jason and I work with several top immigration lawyers, which is where my profile building insights for EB1A, EB2NIW, and O1 come from. I also run a paid newsletter for $12 per month, through which you can get access to my newsletter resources, which includes a profile building opportunities database that currently lists over 400 opportunities categorized by field and criteria. You will also get access to my private group where members have been able to find co-authors for papers, have been able to find opportunities shared by other members, and have also been able to find collaborators in general for profile building. If you're interested in these resources, check out the link in the comments. But going back to this video, how long does profile building actually take? Well, it depends on a couple of factors. The first of which is how much profile building you actually do every week. And what that means is how much outreach do you do, how many events do you attend to meet people, and how many opportunities do you ultimately end up landing every month, every few months, perhaps every year even. How many high quality opportunities do you end up landing that actually help you meet at least 3 criteria and also show that you have risen to the top of your field, which would be strengthening the final merits of your profile. So that is going to be a big component of how long profile building takes, how much you actually do every week. And that is going to come down to, for most of you initially, is going to be outreach. How many people do you message? How many event organizers? How many conference organizers? How many leadership figures within professional organizations do you reach out to show that you're an expert in your field and to ask about how you can contribute to a conference, to an event, to organizations? How much of that outreach you do is going to primarily determine how long profile building takes. For some people, and I've seen real examples of people who have been able to build strong profiles in just 6 months because they did a lot of profile building. They did 100 to 300 messages and emails every week for several months, and that's how they were able to land lots of profile building opportunities and even get to a point where they're getting so many opportunities that they have been unable to take on all the opportunities that they have gotten. The other thing is to think about what kinds of opportunities you're targeting. You want to be targeting high quality opportunities as quickly as possible and combining that with a lot of outreach. If you combine a lot of outreach with targeting high quality opportunities, you can potentially build a strong profile in 6 months, assuming you already have a strong anchor criterion, assuming you can actually already argue that you've risen to the top of your field on the basis of your work alone. If you don't have that, then profile building is probably going to take 2 to 5 years or even longer. But if you do, it is possible to build a strong profile in 6 months. So how long does profile building take? It can take 6 months. It can take a couple of years. It will just depend on how much outreach you do and also what kinds of opportunities you target. You should be targeting high quality opportunities and doing a lot of outreach if you want to build your profile in as short an amount of time as 6 months, which is definitely possible because I've seen this happen where people have been able to build strong profiles in 6 months. But just keep in mind also that you have to have a strong anchor criterion first if you want to build a profile in 6 months to a year. It will most likely take a lot longer if you have no strong anchor criterion, but it is still possible to build towards judging and authorship and perhaps even membership as well without a strong anchor criterion. It's just going to take a much longer period of time to probably develop a strong anchor criterion. So that's just something to keep in mind. Profile building, how long it takes, is primarily determined by outreach and by the amount of outreach you do, and also by the types of activities you target.